today for the best party favor ever. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to let you have it back, though, because I'm a giver.
You held my hand.
Awesome. I did.
I'm never washing it ever again.
You're going to be famous now.
Welcome to our kitchen, Jennifer.
Thank you. Awesome to be here.
So tell us about this new CD that you have out.
There is a
Unbreakable.
brand new CD. You know, we're talking today, I know, about comparison and really, you know, even comparing for me in my life timelines.
Right.
When do things happen? When is too late really too late? And I'm
yeah.
a big believer in you are never past your prime of purpose. And I recently turned 40 and have my first...
Congratulations.
Thank you. But my first full-length solo album is out, Unbreakable.
Yay!
Yes.
Excellent.
I mean, and you open it up, and there's stuff in there, and my face, and it's just crazy. You know, I mean, think about it. You know, we grow up, you know, with these CDs, and thinking, wow, you know, if you love music, if you love singing, could I ever do this? Could this ever be part of my life? And
Right.
I absolutely, based on how I was set up on the Disney Channel, saw that happening for me someday. It was my first dream to become a recording artist. So this is a huge, wonderful moment of God's timing that I now have a full-length solo album to share the story of my life with the world, with people who like music.
That is
like me, like you.
so awesome. And what makes it even more awesome is the journey God's had you on. Because who were some of the other Musketeers that you were actually on stage with?
Yes. You know, we have Justin Timberlake.
Nobody knows who
whoever
that is.
I don't know. I just memorize these names before I come on these shows and write them down in my head. Britney Spears,
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera.
You're just name dropping now.
I am.
Like,
I'm just,
seriously.
I don't know, Ryan Gosling, J.C. Chazet, Kerry Russell. I don't know. I don't remember any other ones. But I mean, immensely talented
Yeah.
kids who are both older and younger than me. I'm right in the middle of that group of celebrities as far as age. And so talented, even back when I met them, when most of them were shorter than me, you know. And,
Right.
yeah, and it's been, you know, a really interesting dynamic, kind of like I'm living two different lives of being so happy when I was younger and they were first starting to really escalate into their celebrity, but also being really panicky and fearful because I saw I was not doing the same in my career. So yeah, I mean, big celebrities, and it is marvelous to see them out there. And of course, I don't open up the pages of magazines or, you know, stalk them online and go, why can't I have that life? You know, I'm over it. But I mean, just...
But that was a journey, too,
But that's
wasn't it?
yeah, it doesn't...
It's easy to say now I'm over it. It's no big deal. I'm so glad for them, you know, but that's
Right.
you know, 2 decades at least.
Wow.
To get there. Yeah.
And you even had a marriage there that came out of that insecurity for you.
Yes. Now, I know that you ladies have spoken about how you're trying to find your identity in self-medicating, whether that's food addiction, whether that's love addiction.
Right.
And I did seek out food, and I was looking for the attention of men. You know, I did date recreationally. You know, we've
Yes.
talked about how, you know, it's like for fun. Okay, well, is it Friday? Well, then I guess I'll, you know, go hang out with someone. And it was just passing time in all the unhealthy ways. I was looking everywhere but to Jesus to fill in the God hole. And, you know, that was a cycle that, you know, I kept dating to the point where I actually did fall in love and got my heart broken, you know, and that's something else that you've talked about, where you hurt others, you hurt yourself. I mean, it's all bad. You know, it's not just about you. The world is affected by, you know, who you date even, you know, who thought. But I got my heart broken to the point where I labeled myself dead inside. I labeled myself checked out, useless heart, don't even try. And that is when he found me, the man that I married. I call him the faux husband because he actually was still married to someone else. And, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, the only reason I cringe when I talk about it is I don't want to cast the blame on anyone else but me. I was the person who sort of killed my heart and labeled it dead inside and did not look in the right places to become alive again. And I let him decide my life. I settled. I was 30 years old and I settled and I gave up. control to the wrong person, to the wrong being.
Yes. Well, I think anytime we give control to a person,
yes,
that is the wrong person.
Did not pass that test.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was a very short-lived time in my life, and so that brought me.
How did you find out that he was married, or that what?
To his credit, he told me.
Oh.
It was a matter of paperwork, and he didn't want to let me know that there might be an overlap when we had decided the wedding date. I think that he had fear of losing me because I wasn't emotionally invested like he was. We all had our different parts in lying and deception, and so he took it to the point, where we had a marriage license that wasn't legally supported. So I did get an annulment, but coming out of really that waking up process of this is a life that I have cornered myself into. I have trapped myself spiritually, a literal spiritual cage around my heart. But that is what led me to getting back on my knees and saying, Lord, I have made all of these mistakes. I have done life so wrong. Adulting has not worked out for me. I need you to come back and just, I totally surrender everything to you. Like, you are now in control, because I don't want to make choices without you anymore. And it was like night and day. Coming back to comparing, I had driven myself into really this corner of feeling very useless and less than everyone because of the bitterness and anger I had about other people's careers and their lives. Yeah. So, because of all I went through, that is how sure I am today of the choices I've now made through Christ, and how it is my own little night and day, from green to purple to green. But I'm purple. I'm purple.
You're purple
today.
Thank you.
What's up?
There's
well,
purple.
Nice too.
And you used to be purple, so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's all right. You're part of the club. Always in the club.
Whatever. Green is great.
Green is great. It's all good.
Well, and the comedy is most people aspire to fame or to fortune or to whatever, and the damage that comes with starting there.
Yes.
And then feeling like you're losing something. It's not just I never got there. It's but I was on track. I was with those people. I was in that place. And then I lost it. I can see that causing a loss of identity, a loss of hope and future, a whole different set of issues with comparison, because most of us don't compare ourselves to Christina Aguilera or Justin Timberlake or whoever, because...
Try really hard not to.
Right. It's not your go-to.
Yeah. No, I would compare myself to people who have a healthy family, a husband in there, those comparisons. But to have such a far reach and it have been a reasonable expectation because you were their peers.
Right.
And the process of recalibrating and adjusting to comparing yourself to who God designed you to be instead of to other people or other people's careers.
Yes. Fame is a big carrot dangled in front of people who want to be famous. For me, I was really led into that spotlight, not because I wanted to be famous. I was 10. And I just liked my job. I really loved singing and dancing and acting. And around me was developed this fame that then became, well, then it's the next carrot. It's the next and the next, and the lie started to get planted into my mind that I had peaked at 17. Because the next stage of my life was managers and record labels saying, you're a little too old. Can you lose 20 pounds? Can you kind of dumb it down, et cetera, et cetera? It was, basically they were drawing out all of my weaknesses versus really seeing the strength as, well, we want to back this,
Right.
And so then I started comparing my weaknesses to the fame which I saw was a strength in other people. So I was never going to win that battle. I was never going to fill myself up with, I am worthy, based on the lives of other people. Absolutely. And it was a big lie for me for a long time. I really did believe that if I didn't achieve this carrot of fame, if I didn't grasp that, then I had really failed, that I'd wasted my talent. And that's the biggest lesson I've learned. And what you've already spoken about is that we're made for different purposes.
Absolutely.
I understand now that my talent is not made to go be famous. That at best, that'll be a side effect.
Right. But you have, what I love is your song Unbreakable, which is on this CD. It's such a good...
Unbreakable, title track.
Would you read us some of the lyrics from the song? Because I think that they illustrate the journey so well.
Yes. So the bridge is sort of my favorite. It's whatever I'm facing in creation, no matter what, no separation, height or depth, life or death, the power of us passes the test. You can run at us, we push back. No surrounding us, step back. My favorite line, surrender is off the table, unbreakable.
Wow.
Huge, like surrender, not a choice anymore. Only to the Lord.
Oh, right. So you talk about the power of us, meaning you and the Lord together.
Yes, I wrote the song with that visual of getting up off from a battleground where, yes, there was a fight, there was a struggle. I get back up and I assess the situation. Who's with me? Who's left standing? Who hasn't run away? As the dust is clearing, it's still in the middle of maybe that chaotic moment where you're just trying to catch your breath, and God is there.
Right.
And then it branches out from there as far as other people being able to see their lives through this song. It's the people that you trust with your life, your friends, the relationships that you build. And so it is a unity. It is a unity through love, but of course it stems through Christ and how he just never leaves you on the battlefield, especially when I was in the thick of those years of battling these big lies for the first time, when I was trying to find those roots. I was trying to dig that stuff up for the first time, never understanding how far they had been planted into my insecurities.
Wow. There's a line in there, you say, surrender is off the table. And that to me just echoes back to you're saying you gave up.
Yes.
You just gave up, and now you're saying the exact opposite. That's off the table.
Right.
My surrender is to God and not to this world.
Yes.
I have something to bring.
That's right.
Like I'm back, baby.
That's right. For so long, I was running onto a battlefield with a needle instead of a sword. Like, I didn't even know how to fight. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't understand that I had just let down all the wrong guards. I had weakened myself to the point that I couldn't defend myself against something that I could smell from a mile away now.
Yeah.
Whether it's a guy or it's that food. It's that meal, that's that pizza over there that smells so good.
Sorry about the chocolate.
It's all good. It's good. Surrender is off the table. It's fine. But I can sniff out what used to hit me once and I was broken. And now I'm unbreakable because I let God put me back together. And the same stuff can come at me again, but I don't break like I used to.
Right, and we call that the broken vessel of honor, where you can have it all shattered, you can have it all broken, but when God puts it back together and then we let him use us and work through this, then it's not about what the vessel is at all. It's about what he does.
That's right.
And that is why you are our ex-victim of the week, Jennifer McGill.
Oh, really?
Status. Now there's true status.
Where's my phone?
We've been taking it there.
Oh, wow.
So this is, of course, my tattoo in a necklace because, why not?
Why not?
There's meaning behind it.
It's the ex-victim, so it's a little V and a big X because we're the victim of our losses, our choices, whatever, and we use the fertilizer that is actually of our past, and we use it to
bloom today.
So we bloom today.
A free PDF copy of the Bloom in the Dark book and a full list of Bloom Today's coaching tools can be found on bloomtodaytv.com. Then visit Bloom Today's Facebook group for deeper conversation.